Don't watch it around children. There is a lot of gayness in it. Hello everyone, and welcome to or back to my channel. Today we will be doing a tour of my media journal. Would you believe that I already filmed this video and I deleted the footage? I put the footage on my computer and I had the footage lumped in with my journal ecosystem video, and I deleted that video. I deleted the footage from that video because I already posted it. It's the last video on my channel if you haven't seen it. And so I deleted the footage from this video, and I was like, you know what, let me look at my recycle bin. That recycle bin ain't seen the footage, because you know what I did when I first put the footage on my computer and I was trying to get rid of stuff on my computer? I emptied my recycle bin. Yep, that's what I did. I emptied my recycle bin, so the footage was never there. But you know what my boyfriend said? He was like, maybe that was a sign that you should just record another video and make it better. So you know what? Here I am recording another video and making it better. So first, let's talk about this journal. I got this specific journal from Amazon. If it is still on Amazon, I will link it down below. It was like $8. All of my journals were no more than $9. I'm not paying that much money. But let's talk about the cover. So I decided to get a black one for my media journal because, I don't know, black reminds me of a TV. And, you know, most TVs are black. I know all of them aren't, but most TVs are black. So I decided that a black journal would, like, you know, correlate with media. So on my cover, I have this OMG sticker. I don't know where I got this from. I think it was from Shein. If you ever see random stickers, they're probably from Shein or Temu. Every other sticker on here came from Temu, I can tell you that. This is a Stranger Things sticker. As you can see, like, that's like abstract pictures of 11 and Dustin and all of them. So yeah, that is from Stranger Things. And then this is like an actual picture of the kids in Stranger Things. This is a bouquet from Stardew Valley. If you know, you know. You need a bouquet to, I think, get married. I think that's what it is. So yeah, this is a bouquet. This is a guitar and a phonograph thing. That's what it's called, right? A phonograph? I'm not sure. No, it's not called a phonograph. I don't know what it's called. Don't listen to me. And then this is Apothecary Diaries. I got this sticker. This came with a pack of stickers from Temu. If I can find these stickers, like, a lot of times Temu will have stickers and then, you know, they disappear. Like, they just get sold out and they never come back. But if I can find the stickers, I will link them. And then we have Luffy over here in the corner. I love One Piece, so of course I had to put that. And let's flip her over to the back. So first we have this OMG sticker. I think my boyfriend gave me this, but it's fading at the top, so I might have to switch it out. But for now, it works. And then this Jason sticker I also got from my boyfriend. Don't know where he got it from. This Dearest Gentle Reader sticker, I'm pretty sure it came from Temu. It came by itself. It's really a car sticker. You're supposed to put it in your car, but I just put it on here. This sticker also came from my boyfriend. It's also fading. And then we got a sticker of Law and Chopper from One Piece, and then just Chopper by himself because Chopper's my favorite. And these stickers also came from Temu in a random pack. So now that we have the cover over with, let's delve into the inside. So for the first page of our media journal, I have this colored page that I drew and colored myself. I'm not an artist, but you know, I can draw a line or two. So we just call this the chill zone. You know, you got your TV and everything, and so that's supposed to be a mirror. And yeah, I just thought it looked. One of the first spreads that we have in our media journal is a spread of, these are TV shows that I watch, that I am either am watching or have watched. So for, it's of course it's not finished. I'm gonna put something cute right there, and then, you know, fill this out as the year goes by, or not fill it out, you know. I don't make, this journal is not like a 2026 media journal. I'm just gonna keep this until I fill it up, you know, until it gets filled up. So even if that takes all the way to 2028, I will have this journal. But I started it in January this year. So of course we had the finale of Stranger Things, so I finished that. Queen of Tears, really good show, really good show. Welcome to Derry. That's really good as well. I watched that with my boyfriend. I completed that. I completed Violet Evergarden. I have not watched the Violet Evergarden movie yet, but I have watched the show. The movie's gonna have its totally own different thing. And then Heated Rivalry, y'all. I could talk for hours on Heated Rivalry. Should I make a whole separate Heated Rivalry video, because it really is that serious. Like, I am so obsessed with Heated Rivalry that I'm reading the books now, because I never even knew that it was based on a book. I just started watching it because everyone was talking about it. So I could do a whole thing about Heated Rivalry all on its own. And then of course we had season 4 of Bridgerton come out this year, which was so good. Beastars I have not completed. I know I need to watch the last season, but it's like, I love Beastars so much, I don't want it to end, but I am going to complete it. I don't have Netflix at this moment, but I will be completing Beastars because it's on Netflix. And then The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is a really good anime as well, and I also completed that. The next page in our in my media journal, this page I have like left just in case I watch more shows. I don't think I will watch that many because I'll be busy, y'all. But you know, just in case there's more shows that I'm gonna watch, I left this page blank. And then this is a tracker of all the series I've watched. Of course, we have the ones that we mentioned, and then some ones that I haven't added the stickers for. I am on the last season of Reign. Shout out to my friend for introducing me to that show. It was really good. It's really good, y'all. I'm on the last season. The One Piece live action, top tier, no notes. No notes. Kowloon generic romance, also top tier, no notes. I am reading the manga of this currently. Devil's Line was really, really good. It took me, I started watching the show last year and it's only 12 episodes and the episodes are only 20 something minutes each. But I didn't want it to end, so it took me forever to watch that. And then finally finished Fruits Basket. That is another show that I did not want to end, so it took me forever to finish it. But I did read the manga previous to watching the show. Next, we have our movies page. These are all the movies that I have watched this year, whether they were on a streaming app or in the movie theaters. So I just have it like this. I went to go see The Housemaid in theaters, Wuthering Heights in theaters. Me and my boyfriend watched that by ourselves, and that movie was trash. The Long Walk, me and my boyfriend watched that together. That was a really good movie, and it was a big plot twist. And then A Journal for Jordan, really good. It has Michael B. Jordan in it, actually. So it's funny that it's called A Journal for Jordan. And then I left a blank page just in case because I feel like I'm gonna watch more movies and TV shows. But of course I don't have every movie on my sticker page, but here I have more of them listed out. We went to go see The Bride. It was okay. I probably would have waited for it to come out on streaming though. And then They Will Kill You. That was also okay. Also probably would have waited for it to come out on streaming. Yumi and Tuscany, top tier, no notes. It's like the best rom-com type thing I ever seen in my life. I love Halle Bailey and I love Rage. You know, he's the guy who played the Duke of Hastings on season 1 of Bridgerton, so you know I had to go see it. And then we watched The Photograph together. That was on a streaming service. That's also a really good movie. It has Issa Rae and Lakeith, whatever his name is. But yeah. And so then I have an extra page just in case I want to list more movies, and then a random page. And then we get into my spreads. So spoiler warnings for all of the shows and movies that I've seen. If you haven't seen them, I will try to divide the video into chapters so that you don't get any spoilers if you haven't seen it. So that way you can skip through if you want to. But let's get right into it. So my first spread of this journal, Stranger Things. Y'all, this spread is so cute. Can't nobody tell me that this spread is not cute. This is the first one I ever did. If you've seen the last season of Stranger Things, then you should understand what these sides like represent. The sides represent like the holes and cracks in the wall that like the Demogorgon can go through. The Demogorgons and what's his name? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. What is the evil guy's name, y'all? I'm drawing a big like Henry. Yeah, Henry. And then how they discovered that it was like in like a vacuum shape. So I drew these lines, and I just have random pictures. I actually have a poster on my wall of Hellfire Club. And you know, I got pictures of Will when he was stepping into his bad bitch era. You hear me? And then of course running up that hill. That's the song right there. And then I got turn around, look at what you see, and should I stay or should I go? And Hellfire lives because rest in peace, Eddie. I might add a picture of Eddie in here actually, like right there, because I don't know why I didn't add Eddie. But our next spread, oh, I have like some notes on right here, but our next spread is Violet Evergarden. This show is a really good anime. I low-key was upset because, like, I don't know, I can't tell. That's one of the prompts that I wrote that I want to write about and like stick it in here, is like, I don't know if the major loved Violet romantically or platonically. That's like a debate that's going on online. So like, I personally feel like he grew to love her, like he actually loved her, like wanted to be with her. I could be wrong. But if you've seen Violet Evergarden, what are your thoughts on that? And I have like, you know, some things from the show. She had bought this brooch that matched the major's eyes, and it was her favorite thing. She wears it around her neck, and she became an Auto Memories doll and all of that. This is a really good anime if you have not watched it. Our next spread is Welcome to Derry. This is a spin-off show about It the Clown, and yeah, I put out a picture of It and his little ugly eating kid's face. And then this is supposed to be like the sewer, and then some people from the show. So that's that. Our next spread is for The Housemaid. I went to go see The Housemaid with a friend of mine she worked in the same building I worked at. And I know there's a lot of Sydney Sweeney hate. I know. But I feel like she did so good in this movie. Like, I feel like this movie has the biggest plot twist of all time. And if you have not seen it, you need to watch it. It was actually so good, y'all. Like, it was so good. And then, of course, Michelle Marone, or whatever his name is, guy from 365 Days, was in it. So, you know, I had to tap in. But it was actually really good. Like, I know people have Sydney Sweeney hate, but it was actually really good. And then the next spread is for that movie Him that I said sucked. It had Marlon Wayans and I can't remember this light skinned guy's name. Oh my god. He's like all over TikTok too. It's funny. But this movie was like based around like football being like a cult hood or something like that. I don't even know. It was terrible. It was absolutely trash. But I made a pretty spread about it anyway. So I don't have any notes about it except it didn't make no sense. It made no sense. None. Our next spread is The Long Walk. This movie was like gut wrenching, y'all. Like it's crazy. But it's a really good movie. So if you have not seen it, you should see it. It's basically set in like a old time days or whatever, and like you walk this long walk, and whoever is the last one standing wins whatever their heart desires, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's what they win. But the sad part is, like, if you stop walking or whatever, like they kill you. So it's like it was a crazy movie, but it was good though. It was a good movie. Our next spread is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This is such a cutesy anime, y'all. I don't even want to say nothing about it because like it's just so cute. I feel like you need to watch it. It's like, honestly, I love romance, and it's so cute that like it'll give you diabetes. That's how cute it is. But I think everyone should give this a watch. It's about like, you know, coming into yourself and like romance between, you know, the two main characters and stuff like that. And like it's about a group of friends, and it doesn't showcase toxic masculinity, which is one of my favorite parts about it. So yeah. Next spread, A Journal for Jordan. This movie is also a tearjerker. It's about this guy it was based on a true story actually. It's about this guy who was in the military, And he really loved the military. You know, it just taught. And he wrote this journal for his son. He would keep up with this journal for his son, and you know, it just talks about like how the parents met, and you know what happened to him and all of that. So it's a good watch. It's a really good watch, but also a tearjerker. Now let's get into Wuthering Heights. This is, of course, the Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi Wuthering Heights. I have not seen any other Wuthering Heights, so I just want to make that disclaimer. I also have not read the book, but I did read like a cliff notes about the book, and I heard that this movie was not, you know, too close to the book. So they, you know, a lot of people were thinking that they should have really just called it something else completely, and just, you know, say that it was inspired by Wuthering Heights. But regardless, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi are my Shaylas, so I had to give it a watch. It was not terrible, but just the ending it just made no sense to me. It wasn't a terrible movie per se, and I feel like it just glorifies cheating, you know, because it's okay that she cheated because he's cute. So yeah, I did not like the movie that much, but also I love Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, so I still gave the movie like a 3.5. It was decent, but I just, you know, justice for Edgar. That's all I have to say. And this Isabella girl is crazy. If you haven't seen her, she's nuts. But anyway, now this is one of my favorite spreads, y'all. Bridgerton. Oh my goodness, this season was #Banofi, Benedict and Sophie. I am also reading the Bridgerton books, but I have been on the second book in the series for a whole year because I've been reading things in between and stuff like that, but I do want to get back to reading it. I also got some of the prequel Bridgerton books. Like, I think there's books that talk about like other characters that are in the Bridgerton world that aren't like the Bridgertons themselves. So I got some of the prequel books. I found them at Ollie's, and I'm gonna definitely give those a read as well. I printed out a collage of all the characters from this season. Even though this season is mainly about Benedict and Sophie, you know, I had to give my shout outs to John and Francesca as well. So this is just basically a spread, and then I have my actual like thoughts and stuff on the next page. I need to take this stuff down, but I have a quote right here where this is when Benedict looks at her and he says, "You're the person I've been searching for all of my life. I love you, and I love you." And I put little like, you know, pillars right here, and these are my thoughts for the season. Now, I have written more words for other shows, but Bridgerton is so good that I don't have any notes, bro. Like, I have no notes, so it just doesn't seem like I wrote a lot, but it's because like the show is in my spirit, it's in my heart. So, and then behind, this is like a cutout, and behind here I have rest in peace to John. As I said, I put spoilers just in case you didn't want to see it. And when they were in the greenhouse, oh my goodness, they looked so cute there. Our next spread is Queen of Tears. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Queen of Tears is really good. It's a K-drama. And I really like this actor. She's a really good actor. And him, he's in a lot of stuff. But one thing I've noticed about K-dramas is you fall in love with the characters, of course, but then you also fall in love with, there's always a side character that steals your heart as well. In this show, that's, I forgot his name. In this show, that would be Sucho and Daye. So you're gonna when you watch it, you like kind of hate Daye at first, but then you start to like her and feel bad for her, and like you want them back together, and like it's just so cute. Like, I would love a spin-off of just those two. So yeah. And then our next spread is The Bride. So we're gonna get into One Piece, but the spread is The Bride. The Bride was okay. I did like the movie, but it was just some of the parts were like a bit confusing. So like she was like speaking in gibberish and stuff, but you know, it was okay. It was like okay. I just wouldn't have spent my money to go see it in theaters. I did go see it in theaters with my boyfriend, and I would not have spent the money to go see it if I had known it was going to be the way that it was. But it was not terrible, you know. Next, we're gonna get into one of my favorite shows, the One Piece live action. I also watched the One Piece anime, so you know, but the One Piece live action was so good. I have the little Jolly Roger from the live action right here, and then on the next page I have like a collage of the One Piece characters from the live action. We got Robin, Bartolomeo, which I was surprised that they introduced him into the show so early, but I'm glad that they did. And then there's the crew, Mr. 3, Chopper, Mr. 9 was a baddie, so I had to put him in there. And then we have Sharitha, she played Vivi. Sharitha is also on Bridgerton. She was on Bridgerton season 2. And then the Giants. And you see I wrote a lot about that show. I love the live action so bad. Like, I know a lot of people have like a lot of beef with it, but the live action just speaks to me. So, and it's like, I feel like it's more, you know, it's more lifelike. It's the live action, you know, there's like, you know, some romance tropes and like things going on. So like, I love it. Damn. Okay, next spread is They Will Kill You. This movie was okay. I drew this myself. Isn't that so cute? Like, so basically it was about this was one of the main characters, and her sister, she was looking for her sister after a bunch of years. Their dad was like abusing them or something like that. And so she found her sister at this hotel. Little did she know the hotel was like this place to host like immortality, but they have to like give a sacrifice. And then they give a sacrifice, they write their name on the pig's head, and the demon gives them like immortality. So you have all of these people that are in this picture, and they all have immortality. They're like a family, and this hotel has been running all this time by like, you know, bringing people in and murdering them, you know, basically. So but you know, she kind of like low-key murders them all and saves her sister. That's basically what the movie's about. But the journey there was good. I will give it that. The journey there was good, and so that makes it like, it was a decent movie. It was okay. Almost there, guys. Next spread is one of my favorites. Kowloon Generic Romance. It is a anime on Crunchyroll, and it is also a manga. I'm currently reading the manga because I just think it was so good. It's basically like a romance mystery type of show. So there's like this place called there's a city called Kowloon, but it's called the New Kowloon. And only people who are like, only certain people can see this city, and it's held together by like this like AI thing in the sky. And you know, this girl is like a clone of a girl that he used to date, and so he kind of likes her and she likes him, but they don't understand why they like each other, because he knows why he likes her, and like the city feeds off of people's like depression, and like, you know, it just feeds off of that. So because he's like sad about losing his fiance, and now this girl comes around that looks exactly like her, it makes clones of people. Y'all, you gotta watch the show because it's crazy. But I have this is the thing, the AI thing in the sky, and then I have like these 2 split background pictures of like, this is what the city looked like. It was like stacked on top of each other. And then you know, another scene, but I know the pictures are covering it. And this is one of they kissed each other in a scene, and then they were like standing on the balcony smoking, and then like looked at each other. And this is supposed to be like a brick building. And then the girl in the main character, she had like a best friend. Her name was Yaomei. And then I have like this little flip piece right here of her name is Reiko Kujirai and Hajime Kudo. And I have like some notes written on there as well. And then them standing on the balcony smoking as well. So I'm looking forward to making a spread about this in my reading journal as well, because it's just so good. Like, it's so good. And then we have like, okay guys, we have 3 more spreads. So this is my Yumi and Tuscany spread. I have a picture of like the house that she stayed in, and then, you know, we got Hallie and Rage. This movie did just come out, so like I said, I'm gonna have all the spoilers like split. I'm gonna have everything split up because I know some people might still want to see this movie, and I have all my notes. And y'all, this is just such a feel-good movie if you like rom-com things, so I would definitely give this movie a watch. Then we have Devil's Line. Devil's Line is about these vampire humans, and they're trying to stop the vampires from like killing humans and drinking all their blood and stuff. He is a vampire human, but there's some who are just full vampire. And then he ends up saving this human, and he's like, now he's like in love with her, and you know, wants to bite her, but he's a good vampire, so he doesn't do that. But you know, it's a really good show. It's a good romance, like, I wouldn't say a thriller, but like it's a good romance, like cop type of show, because he's a cop. It's really good. It was on Hulu, but they took it off of Hulu. I don't know what they did to it, but yeah. But our next spread is, of course, Heated Rivalry. Look how much I wrote. Look at how much I wrote. First of all, Scott and Kip. The first book in the Heated Rivalry series is Scott and Kip, so I'm currently reading that. And look at him holding the little lucky socks, and like, Scott and Kip need their own show. You feel me? Scott and Kip, I know they got an episode, but they need their own show. You hear me? And then, of course, we got Ilya and Shane, Rosanov and Hollander. You know, if you have not watched Heated Rivalry, you must watch it. Don't watch it around children. There is a lot of gayness in it, but like it's so good. And no, wait. Let me backtrack my words. When I say there's a lot of gayness, I do not mean that in any kind of like homophobic way. I mean like it's like sexual activity, so just, this show is very gay and I love it. It's so good. It's so good. And then last but not least, in our media journal so far, me and my boyfriend last week watched The Photograph, and it has Issa Rae and Lakeith. And then, there's this woman that plays her mother and dad. Like they're in a lot of movies, but I just can't think of their names. But it's basically about Issa Rae. She plays this girl named May, and then there's a guy named Michael. And it's basically like a movie about not repeating the same mistakes that your parents did in a way, and like just coming into yourself and all of that stuff, and just what would you do for love type of thing, or like how all of that goes about. I don't do much. Other people might have like more technical media journals, but mine is just pretty plain and simple. Would you consider keeping a media journal, and what would you put in it if you did? And I will catch you guys in my next video.